Welcome. It's a Tuesday blog, or a Tuesday tonic, and this is part Utomi. Have you ever wondered why people who lead their people in the path of darkness? So much misery, so much pain, so much insecurity, can buy themselves fleets of SUVs and walk with a swag and get their propagandists to shout at anybody who dares suggest that things are not perfect, that those people are wailing wailers. It can be probably one of two things. One is a positive one, the other is a negative one. The positive one is patriotism. People can say, look what I have done, making an impact in my time and changing the course of my people. That would be a motivator to do the right thing. It could also be that this Praetorian Guard of leaders recognize a sense of shame, and because they don't want to feel shame, do certain things. Whichever way you look at it, the Nigerian story is that neither patriotism nor a sense of shame has prevailed in our recent history. And the numbers are there to tell. Let's just compare, a few things to compare. Look, in 1956, there was hardly any manufacturing in Nigeria. Then self-government came between 56 and 57. And between 57 and 1960, manufacturing rose to 20% of GDP, an outstanding accomplishment by young political leaders, many of them in their 30s. Zeke was the oldest at about 41 or so. Then you look at today, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, President of African Development Bank, who's Nigerian, makes the point that Nigeria had a higher GDP per capita in 1960 than it does have today. And those people who call everybody wailing wailers descended on him, insulting and abusing him, as they always do with everything. But the facts speak for themselves. That is the truth. So let's look at countries. Vietnam, carpet bombed during the war, and peasant agriculture and all of that. By the 1980s, a communist government decides that it wants to develop. Look where they are today, with power, which we've been trying to do something about in Nigeria unsuccessfully, with all the oil money we had to throw at it, with manufacturing. They now come collect cashew nuts from Nigeria, process it, become leading manufacturer. 10 years ago, decided to have an agricultural revolution, moved 1 million people to go and farm in the Central Highlands. Today, boom, major agricultural exports. Look at Egypt, what it has done with power. Look at even Kenya, what's happening. Kenya is leading the world in some renewable energy areas, and so on. Nigeria continues to lag. Indonesia, it's been called our development twin. Somebody wrote a book, Growing Apart, comparing Nigeria with Indonesia. Why are all these things happening? Because the voice of the Nigerian people has been muffled. The politicians have intimidated the people out of being able to raise their voices. And because there is no voice raised, they do as they like. This is what makes the freedom converge so important. So let's get ready. From all corners of Nigeria, let's march into Abuja and chant freedom now. If we die, we die.
In the heart of the city where stories unfold, NjenjeMedia TV shining bright and bold, bringing news from the corners of the globe.